Now that's harmless, except for the whale. It's got a harness.
He has so
If the
much
skin's a
muscle
little
that it's
thicker than the
ripping right
rest of
through
them,
his
you
jacket.
can bet that America's gonna bless them. Try to caress them so they could be the best men. Clearly in the way of our quotation specimens.
Hey, welcome back to Matthew talks to subscribers and plays Senran Kagura, and pretty much just talks to subscribers for like a long time. I did not mean. Oh wait, yeah, I did not mean to have the last episode, which not last episode. I mean, like what is it now? Part 6 of Senran. I didn't mean to go that long. I was just a little bit I guess the best term would be like a little bit caught up in what I was talking about, and I just got really deep for no reason. I just really wanted to make sure that like what I was doing for Mini Adventure was right, and just making sure that Mini Adventure was something that people are still like, not something that people are still interested or anything, or not that people are still like not that people still fuck. What was I saying? I just completely went blank because I was too busy looking at the girl with the eye patch in the background who was freaking bleeding all over the place, which I thought was hilarious. I'm pretty sure the basis of what I was just about to say was that I just wanted to make sure that people knew what I was doing, and just asking and making sure that I was doing everything right, and asking if they knew, or asking if you guys knew anything that I could do to make Mini Adventure better, or just anything you could help me with animation, because I kind of need help finding a software and maybe a better computer I could buy for animation. And I understand that Flash is an extremely good, based to what I'm doing, pretty much anything would be better than with the stuff that I'm using right now. And I've heard a lot about Flash everywhere, just flash animation. Like, I started off using Flash, blah 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 blah, like, oh, Flash is freaking amazing, blah blah blah. And I'm not even sure if it's a good animation software at all. I'm not even sure how I get it. I'm not sure how I buy it, download it, steal it, friggin' create it myself. I don't know. All I know is that I just need to find something that I can animate with. I'm not looking for the most expensive, the most advanced animation software in the universe. I'm just looking for, well, then again, I'm not looking for like the worst animation software in the universe. I'm just trying to find something that I could work with, something that could make me happy, something that I could create stuff that I want to branch out into, and just all around make Mini Adventure better in my eyes. Because I've always wanted to do animation, and I've always wanted to make people laugh while drawing, so I don't know. I've also kind of been not super happy lately. Like, I know my friends would say, oh, Matthew, you're happy all the time. That, or, oh, Matthew's fucking crazy and weird. It's just always, it just feels like there's no middle ground. Like, there is no one person who sees absolutely every single side. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I could talk about during this, and I'm trying to spread out and do them all, and just, I don't know. It's probably not even working out that good. I know I'm very. It's not my It's just I'm still new to being just not a YouTuber. Just I'm still new to talking while playing and trying to be interesting while still trying to get a message across, which honestly I don't really care about getting a message across. I just try to talk while playing games and hope that people like it. And if they do, then I'll do it more, and if I don't, well, fuck. Just keep trying new things until something sticks, and then hope that they'll continue watching, or stupid shit like that. And I've noticed that a lot of the things I do is just hoping and praying that I'll get a comment on this video, or hoping and praying that this video will get a like, or hoping and praying that I would get a new subscriber or something. Like, it's just really dumb, and I don't know why that I'm freaking being this weird about it. Like, YouTube doesn't need to be a job. It could also be something that I love doing, and something that I do on my free time, which is what it is for me. I just want to make sure that people know that I know I joke about it a lot, and I make a bunch of dumb comments about how, like, YouTube money, haha, funny, but it's just, I don't know what I'd be doing, and whether or not I'd be sane if I was doing anything else on my free time, because all of my life, I have been very introverted. I have barely interacted with, like, not people that I don't know, and like people that I'm not friends with now today. It's just I didn't really like doing nothing, and for some reason all of my childhood, or what has been my childhood and what still technically is, since I'm only like I'm still very, very young, and I just have a lot of life to live, and I'm glad that I'm kind of spending it with other people in more than one way, and just that YouTube is a very good outlet for me to not spread what I'm trying to say and not spread my opinions, just something that I could do to make sure that I don't go fully insane. Oh, fuck, I missed that in completely. Jesus. I am not that good here. Like, all of my life I have spent just not really, I don't know the best way of putting it, but I wasn't one of those kids that would go outside and play with basketballs, or I wouldn't play video games because I was bored, or I wouldn't really go up to some random person and ask them if they could be my friend. I was that one kid who stayed inside all the time, only went outside whenever he had to go to school, only really played video games whenever friends were over, and if I was playing a video game, I either didn't like it, was playing it because I had nothing else to do, or just watching YouTube on my freaking iPod. And no, not my music iPod. I'm talking about before the straight up iPhone, the freaking, or smartphones, that is. The straight up iPod that was almost a smartphone. I don't even think you could text. Wait, no. Could you text? I'm pretty sure you could text, but you couldn't call people. And all I used it for was the YouTube app, and I was watching YouTube on my iPod all the way back whenever it wasn't even the red freaking plus sign, or not plus sign, but the what's the name of it? Whenever the app, like what it looked like, it was a freaking like weird ass radio or some shit. I'm not even quite sure how I got into YouTube and how I watched it, but it was, all I remember is that I always clicked on this one radio looking app, and it looked like an old TV, and it reminded me of my TV, so I'd watch it and all the time, and I would watch Chugga Conroy and Smosh. I don't even think I was watching Game Grumps at the time, because that was a long time ago. I was way into Nintendo, I was way into Chugga Conroy, way into JonTron, and I think Markiplier. I was kind of one of those kids who didn't really get into the big YouTubers until, like, I'm gonna say 5 years, I'm gonna say like 2 or 3, maybe 4, like 4 years ago. I wasn't really a big fan of Markiplier whenever he started off, and I wasn't really a big fan of really any really huge YouTuber now. I don't know why whenever I was a kid, but I just really loved Chugga Conroy. I think it was just because he played Mario games, and I was like, oh, I love Mario, I love Mario, I'll watch him play Mario. And I don't know, I also watched, I don't know how many people know this, but Stupid Mario Brothers. It was, I'm not quite sure what the, Rejalvarez. I would watch Rejalvarez all the time. I love Stupid Mario Brothers. To this day, I remember being in my living room, turning on my frickin' Wii, going to like the YouTube. There wasn't an app on the Wii for YouTube. I don't know how many kids don't know that, so I'm just clarifying that. I would go onto the internet. I think it was like an internet app. It was like web browser, the app on the Wii, and I would look up YouTube, look up Stupid Mario Brothers, and I would watch episodes of it. And oh my god, I loved Luigi as a kid. Like, I loved him so much. I just freaking loved him, and it just got to the point where I kind of idolized him, and I kind of wanted to become him, which successfully I have today. I am lanky as fuck, and I can run kind of fast. Probably not as fast as half the kids in my like most of the kids in my school, but then again, it's a freaking high school, so what are you gonna expect? I also, as a kid, I'd never really played, like, I had a DS, I would play Mario Kart and Mario Party and all that stuff, but I had a lot, I spent most of my time on YouTube, just watching people play games and commentate on them, and also, just spending my time playing the games for myself. Like, at first, I was just a dumb kid. I watched my brothers play Super Smash Bros. Or not Super Smash Bros., just Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64. I watched them play Pokemon Stadium. I would watch them play just all those games. And I don't really remember ever playing them. All I remember was just kind of watching them play that and kind of living through that video game lifestyle through them. Because I was so freaking young at the time. I was like, maybe 4, probably 4 or 5 something. I don't even remember. I don't know why, but I can't remember my childhood at all. I remember blacking out a bunch of times, like just really dumb times, and I just kind of wham, not remember anything for like a long time. I also remember as a kid, I loved music, and I would always try to find like weird techno music or weird Vocaloid music, but it wasn't. I didn't think of it as Vocaloid. I just thought of it as songs with sometimes robot voices over them, and I liked the sound of them. I liked the music itself. I never really thought of it as a whole genre of like techno or whatever. I just kind of saw it as music that I liked, and through that I moved on to like Super Mario Galaxy music, more rock with I don't remember the exact song, but all I remember is that I just had a bunch of, I think it was in my shared, or not shared, but watch later, list, but I just constantly just pile a bunch of videos in there, and then just kind of watch them as I go on, and I never really looked back that much until now. And through that I got a bunch of like remixes of like JonTron remixes and like YouTube poop, which is hilarious, and I never watch them anymore. I stopped watching them like 3 years ago, but I still think of them as a small part of why I'm a YouTuber and why I'm so interested in editing and stuff. But editing and animation, that is. Another thing that kind of made me who I am is, I don't remember exactly when it was, but whenever Game Grumps started and whenever I finally got introduced to the creatures. I have no idea when it was, I have no idea who showed me them, I have no idea just who they were at all. All I knew was that I liked John, and Aaron seemed really cool, so I just kind of went with it. I just rolled with it, and I watched freaking 100%. I can go on record with this. I've watched absolutely every single Game Grumps episode ever made. I have always been glued to my phone, and I swear to God that I'm radioactive at this point. I loved Game Grumps so much. I always wanted to be a commentator, and I always wanted to just become something like that. Just do what I love for a living. And being a gamer was, at the time, something that sounded really, really good. And the fact that Aaron was so freaking awesome, that he was an animator before he became an, I don't know the exact words to put it, and sorry that I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go. Oh, I see it now. Okay. That he was doing animation before I was, introduced to... It's not that I wasn't introduced to animation, and that I wasn't, wanting to do animation. It was just one of those things that I realized just then. Like, throughout my whole entire life, I have been, like, slowly being fed little pieces of animation, and it went all the way from Clay World, and I was like, oh, clay animation, that sounds really, really cool. I kind of want to do that, and of course, since I was a little fucking kid, I didn't have any clay, so I used Play-Doh, and that shit dried out faster than fucking anything in the universe. Faster than a water droplet in the goddamn desert. And I just kind of realized that, number one, claymation, not for me. Can't do that shit. I love, and I probably would be able to do it, but it's just, I'm not good at just being very, very patient. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna learn that as I grow older. I'm gonna be able to wait just for hours on end for nothing to happen, and just be like, well, okay, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. And I just kind of moved on. I was like, claymation, not for me. So what I went to next was, I'm pretty sure it was, oh my god, I remember it now. It was not Stupid Mario Brothers, and it wasn't, I don't remember what it's called, but, it was like some other one. As a little kid, before I even knew about JonTron, before I even knew about the creatures, before I knew about pretty much anything, I have no idea how I found it, and I have no idea why I loved it so much, and why I still kind of do. Cute Mario Brothers. I loved Cute Mario Brothers. I was such a huge Mario fan that I would just flock to anything Mario that I saw. And I had a Luigi plush, and I had a, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I had like the plastic Mario that I got after hanging out at one of my brother's houses, or my brother's friend's houses, and seeing that he had one and asked if I could have it, and he gave it to me. It was just so amazing. I have never seen anything like it before in my life, and it inspired me to make videos. Not gaming videos though, just kind of videos of making my own stories. And wait, I'm gonna check over here real quick, because I'm a very strong believer in secrets, and I love secrets, so worth it, I believe. One single freaking, what's it called? I can think of it. We played a fucking game that had the same name of it. It was, oh, come on, I know this! Ah, damn it. I can't remember it. I'll probably figure it out later and scream it. So, I loved Cute Mario Brothers, and that made me want to get my own camera, and I didn't have a camera at the time, so I just used my phone, and I made a bunch of really, really shitty, just Mario. I used my plush Mario, my plush Luigi, and my Mario as, I didn't really use them as the Mario and Luigi, even though I would call them that, and throughout, like, the little crappy episodes, or episodes in quotations, that I made, I never used them as what they were meant to be. I never used Mario and Luigi as, you know, plumbers. I never used them as, just two brothers in a crazy situation. I would always use them as, for some reason, a team. Not brothers, because I don't know why, but at the time I completely forgot that Mario and Luigi are brothers. I would use them as just two guys who somehow met, and then they just kind of went on adventures with each other. And I would make really, really shitty videos, and I was so young at the time. I think I might have been 9, or it was definitely either 9 or I just turned 10 or something. All I know is that I loved making videos like that, and it didn't really inspire me a lot to do mini adventure, but it definitely gave me like a small little incentive of, hey, you know, video making, it's not that hard, and people normally like it. And I was like, why not? So I just I didn't really fall into that category of making weird plush videos, but I was fine with it at the time. And later on I think whenever I turned, I'm pretty sure it was whenever I turned either 12 or whenever I turned 11. I'm pretty sure whenever I turned 11, I realized that JonTron was a thing, and I watched all of JonTron, and then I just kind of waited on him for a long time, and I'm pretty sure just around that time I found the creatures, and I found Uber. Wait, no, I remember it now. I found Uber Haxor Nova through my brother, and then I just kind of started watching him nonstop, and I watched everything that he made. But not as much as, like, Game Grumps. I definitely watched him a lot, and I watched a bunch of his stuff, but, oh, God, not as much as I watched Game Grumps. I was freaking addicted to Game Grumps. I just kind of through watching James, and I was like, or throughout watching James, I didn't really, I love James a lot, and I completely appreciate what he's done, like, throughout my life, and kind of let me watch him, I guess. I'm not trying to say that, like, I don't mean that to be creepy at all, it's just, without people like Markiplier and John and Aaron and Danny and just everyone, like all the YouTubes I've watched over the years, I'm pretty sure I'd go insane, and I would absolutely never create Mini Adventure. I don't think that I would have dated Sage, I don't think that I would have ever even met Cody. I probably would still be going to this high school, but I definitely wouldn't be nearly as happy as I am now. I am so fucking thankful that I was able to find just YouTube, and that I was able to relate to such amazing content creators, and I just kind of latched onto it, and eventually throughout watching many people, I just one day realized while talking to Cody, hey Cody, you know how you've made a couple YouTube channels and you've had a lot of experience with it, and even though that most of them failed and you're still working on your most recent one, why not just make one more? And the name was Mini Adventure, and Jesus, that Christmas that Christmas my parents bought me the microphone, they bought me the not soundproofing, but they bought me the pop cover or whatever. They just got me everything that I needed to do to be the most, just not the most well set YouTuber, but definitely not the most well set YouTuber. What I meant to say there was, like, for starting off at nothing, I was like okay. I was okay, and I could definitely do better. 100% definitely do better. I need to get a better mic, but and a better room to do this one. But I don't know. It just kind of started me off, and I just, with the power of friendship and spreading the word of Mini Adventure, we are now at a proud 38 subscribers. We have two very cool people who comment pretty much not every single episode, but at least twice a week. And oh my fucking god, every time I see a comment from them, I can't but smile and laugh my fucking ass off. It makes me the happiest human being in the world. It just makes me so happy knowing that there's people who watch this and that actually enjoy the content that I'm creating and editing and sending out. It just makes me so happy. And oh god, there's so much more I want to talk about. That's why I can't wait for the next episode. Once again, sorry for making this one really long. I just want to talk to you guys a lot. I just love talking. Don't judge me. Oh shit! Oh! Please tell me that was the end of that scene, and that whenever I press start to... Okay. Yeah. I did not mean to skip that. If I did, all I needed to know is that, or all I wanted to tell you guys that this is the end of the episode, and you could probably tell that. I don't need to tell you guys that. If you like this episode, please leave a like and subscribe, and just comment what we should play next time, or comment something that I should talk about the next time it's just Matthew only, or ask questions, because whenever it's Matthew all alone, a lot of questions could be asked and a lot of answers can be given. Alright, bye bye, love you guys.